Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into my podcast, Reflecting with Ron. I am your host, Ron Bagnera. This is episode 6. Tonight I will be doing a self-reflection. Let us dive into some deep reflecting. We will reflect upon anything from accomplishments, challenges that were overcome, revisit memories of the past, life experiences, or anything that you are deliberating or pondering about life. And tonight, I would like to personally revisit an experience of mine, my time attending college. I went to Fitchburg State University, which it was formerly Fitchburg State College. And my first impressions was that, it was not the normal of scenery that I was used to living in. I'm more of a city person that's on the outskirts of Boston, and this was more countryside, and I wasn't used to that environment or scenery or background, and I was really nervous. I felt very displaced and scared, and and for people that are listening, I know that some of you might be going off to college in a couple months, and you're applying, and it might seem out of the normal for you, or that you might have second doubts or anything, but just know that if you do take this journey, that it will pay off ultimately for you, because you get an entirely different experience attending college on campus as opposed to commuting. And I feel like some of it wasn't only just my fear and doubt and insecurities that I wasn't near my home where I'm used to, being with my family, and it's, the same day in and day out, like it was when I was going to high school, where in college, you're more independent, you kind of make your own schedule, you set your alarms, you're the one that has to go to the courses and take the exams and everything else. And my dorm life wasn't ideal either. I feel I was put in a situation where I was with a group of upperclassmen, juniors and seniors, and they were more into, the party scene and everything else, and that was, very distracting to me, especially when it came to my academics. And in my first semester there, I actually was on academic probation, and that was very scary for me, because I usually excel in academics, especially in high school, whereas here I wasn't doing so hot. But I ended up applying myself, going to the library, and then ultimately I ended up on Dean's List for 2 semesters, and I graduated with a 3.0 GPA, which, it's not the best GPA, but it's not the worst. And I was the first member of my family to graduate from college, so I think that was a great honor, and I'm very proud of myself. And after I went through and did all my courses, I ended up landing an internship at Fitchburg Access Television, where I learned a wide array of tools and editing and doing in-field filming. I was filming some of the graduations. I was filming the Boulder Awards. I was just, I was doing it all. I was creating PSAs. I was actually doing different responsibilities. Sometimes I'd be doing audio for Chess Chat, or I would once in a while be the technical director for Inside Fitchburg. And it was just amazing, and I just felt like Fitchburg became a second home. And I feel some of it wouldn't have been possible, or any of it at that matter, if it wasn't for my first freshman social icebreaker, which was referred to as First Night, where I met my friend Ryan, who has become a lifelong friend, along with a few other select people. And because of that night going forward, I knew that I had lifelong friendships that were to be had, that I felt more at home and didn't have to resort to dropping out, or commuting, or taking a different life path with furthering my education. And I just am so thankful, and owe her, among a couple other people, a debt of gratitude for that. It has definitely been eye-opening, informative, educational, and I just grew as a person. I felt I excelled as an adult, and I was responsible, I was diligent, I did my assignments on time, and just gave it 110% each and every day. And to just give some advice for the future students, like to give a chance and to do activities and to meet people and socialize, and you won't regret it at all, because that was the cornerstone of it all for me. And had I not had that opportunity to have these icebreakers and meet these people and connect and socialize, I don't think I would have been where I am now, and now be going on 12 or 13 years plus of these friendships. And you just learn a lot about yourself, especially when you're not homebound and just relying on, the family support, but you're relying on your own independence, on the people around you, your professors, your mentors, your colleagues, and it just sets it all up for you to be able to handle any situation in the real world when you decide, or when you graduate from a college or university and go out into the real world and get that first entry-level job, setting yourself up for success. And I just wouldn't change it for the world. And for the listeners, if some of them are Fitchburg State University alumni, go Falcons, and just thank you for giving me all the opportunities, the experiences, and just the culture itself. There was so much memories that were had from going to Tiki Tiki and enjoying the fine goons, to gallivanting to Whitney Field Mall, to catching a movie at Cinema World, to enjoying the fine quality of a nice iced coffee from Gourmet Donuts is uncomparable. And I loved every bit of it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And as always, let us make a connection after deep reflection. Thank you and good night.